So the first thing you're going to want to do for the muffin method is sift together your dry ingredients. So I'm going to put together my flour, my baking powder, and my salt. And I'm going to sift them gently together before I add the rest of my flour. Sift all of my dry ingredients together. If there are some grains of salt still left at the bottom of your sifter, it doesn't matter. The real thing you're looking to do here is to take out any lumps in your flour and to make sure that your baking powder is somewhat dispersed amongst your dry ingredients. The next thing I want to do is add my sugar. And when my sugar is in my bowl, I'm then going to take a whisk and just whisk together all of my dry ingredients. I'm then going to make a little bit of a well in the center before I add my liquid ingredients. So for my liquid ingredients, I'm going to take a fork and I'm gently going to break up my milk and yogurt before gently streaming in my oil, whisking all that together. It's not important that, like, we're not making mayonnaise here. It's not important that you have a full emulsion and everything looks really smooth. It is, however, important that all of your liquid ingredients are together. So I'm going to add my vanilla. And I'm also going to add my 3 eggs. And I'm just going to use my fork to gently break up the egg yolks so that, again, I'm getting a little bit of a dispersion of everything together for when I put my liquid ingredients into my dry ingredients. Okay, remember, for your muffin method, liquid ingredients together, dry ingredients together, and then gently fold everything together at the end. So I now take my bowl and I grab a trusty spatula. A wooden spoon also works really well here. And I add my liquid into the center of my dry ingredients. What you're looking for here is getting all of your dry ingredients covered with liquid. Okay, so when I'm looking like I have a few turns left to do, that's the point I'm going to add my blueberries. Okay, the biggest issue with muffins is overmixing. Okay, and overmixing just involves taking your batter that little bit too much too far, turning your batter a little bit too much, so you end up with something that, instead of being light and cakey, you end up with something that is really tough and chewy and dense. So by adding your blueberries at the end, which you see in a lot of recipes, there's more of a danger of that. By adding them like I have in the middle of your mixing process, less danger of overmixing. So you can see I turn my mixture over, no flour in the mixture. It's now ready to go into my muffin cases. So to add my muffin batter to my muffin tin, I take a large spoon, and starting at the edge of my bowl, I take enough batter to fill more or less 80% of my muffin tin, and just pop them in nice and gently. And you'll find that your muffin cases fill the container a little bit better. They tend to sink once there's some weight of your batter applied to them. And we can then at the end come back, and if we say, ooh, that one's really, really low, or that one's really, really high, we can kind of adjust our batter a little bit towards the end. So once your tray is filled, you'll be able to see where there are some cases less or more filled than others. So you can just come back with a smaller spoon, add a little bit more batter. Don't be too worried about your batter being perfectly level or perfectly even in the containers. Generally, these guys will spread out a little bit as they bake and make everything a little bit more kind of uniform. These muffins then go into the oven at 350 for about 20-25 minutes or so. So once your muffins are baked, it's time to check the texture of the inside of your muffins. So just grab a muffin, pull it apart gently. What you should have is a nice soft aerated inside in your muffin. And that is how we make the muffin method. Thanks for watching the video, folks. If you like what you saw, please give me a like and a subscribe, share the video with your friends, and remember to check back often because I'll be posting videos regularly on my site. In the meantime, happy baking!